What's going down, YouTube? Your boy Big Thizzle coming at you, and welcome to another edition of Walk This Way. Tuesday afternoon, just getting off work, getting my steps in. It's a little bit cloudy, but I think it's like mid to high 60s here, so it's not too bad. Hope you guys had a good weekend, whether it was President's Day, Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. So here's the scoop. So yesterday, some of you might have saw the video I posted yesterday. I posted a 60-second video of a little steak dinner. Didn't say nothing about it, just showed what I did. And basically Saturday night, I took my wife out down to Napa and we ate at Cole's Chop House. Very nice restaurant. We was hoping to go to a steak restaurant on Valentine's Day, but silly me, forgot to make reservations ahead of time, so we just made it the day after. We still had a good Valentine's Day. Went to a little candlelight concert in Old Sac, had dinner at Sauce, so it was still a good time. But wanted some steak. Wanted a nice steak dinner. Haven't gone on and done that for a while. And my wife has been there before. She loved it. This is my first time here, so I was really curious to see what this experience was about. So Saturday we get there. Reservations are at 4:45. Get seated, get greeted. Staff is very nice, very friendly, welcoming. Felt right at home instantly. We got seated, met our waiter. Great guy, I'll get more on him in a second. But first thing we started off with was some cocktails. My lady had a little orange cocktail. I can't remember the name of it offhand. Kind of reminded me of like a spiked Minute Maid. Pretty good. And I had a drink called a Humble Watermelon. Pretty nice and refreshing. And for appetizers, we went with the Oysters Rockefeller. I've had oysters before, but not Oysters Rockefeller. So this is my first time having it. These oysters were nice, delicious, had a nice buttery flavor to it. So I went to our server, I asked him, hey, because I've had some good oysters before. If you're from Northern California or the Bay Area, I'm pretty sure you know about Hog Island oysters. They make really good oysters, farm really good oysters. So I was just curious, where'd you guys get these oysters from? Well, shipped straight from the Chesapeake Bay out east. Man, these were really good. And I don't know what it was between these oysters from Chesapeake Bay and the ones from out here in Hog Island, but somehow I could tell the difference between the two. Both really good. This one right here, oh my God, that was straight money. Then we get on to the main course. And originally, me and my wife were gonna get a 32-ounce, 21-day age porterhouse to share. Our server, he asked me, how do you like your steak? And I told him medium. Well, he kind of frowned upon it and said, this steak isn't for you. Because I can't really explain the 21-day age process, but basically it gets to a point where that's a steak you want to cook either rare or medium rare. Otherwise, if it's medium or above, it just defeats the whole purpose, and you just get a dry steak. And yeah, so he kind of discouraged me against that, and he just said, hey, we do have some regular ribeyes here. You got the boneless or the bone-in. So definitely good looking out by him. I mean, that porterhouse was, I think, 140, 150 bucks. So he saved me a little bit of money right there. I still I still went all out of what I paid for this experience, and I'll get to that in a second. So we went with the bone-in ribeyes. Each of them were 22 ounces, very nice size. You saw the video. Oh yeah, we also got some Yukon Gold mashed potatoes and some sauteed wild mushrooms as a side. I took one bite of that steak, and for like 30-45 seconds, I'm just letting the flavor settle in. I mean, I'm taking in the crispy charred outside of the steak and just savoring the juices from the inside. I've been out and I've had good steaks from Cattleman's, Buckhorn Steakhouse, and Winners. And I always said Buckhorn's has some really good steaks, and they do. This was on another level. Cole's Chop House is not playing around with them. My goodness. That was so good. Just beautiful flavor, juicy, not overcooked, just cooked to perfection. The mashed potatoes, so silky smooth, delicious, good flavor. And the same thing with the wild mushrooms, sauteed with a little bit of onions, had some gravy on it. So me and my wife, we was eating good. And we're thinking about dessert, and we actually overhear our server who's serving a table next to us about some peanut butter chocolate mousse dessert. Oh, that definitely got our attention. So you know what? We fill up, eat our dinner. You decide, why not? Let's get it. So we ordered the dessert. That was like heaven, straight heaven. I mean, just beautiful smoothness of the peanut butter and the chocolate. Good French vanilla ice cream. Oh man, it wasn't too sweet, wasn't too rich. It was just right. And that's a pretty good way, that we ended our meal. That was some really good eating. Now, y'all probably wondering how much this wonderful feast ran me for. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this cost me a serious penny. Don't mind me going the back and forth, I'm just getting my steps in. This place was not cheap. Not just to the fact, that it's in Napa, and you know how Napa goes big, but high quality steaks, high quality ingredients. They're going all out. You saw they got oysters from Chesapeake Bay. They're not playing around. So right here, just the whole receipt. Right there, Cole's Chop House. If you can see the server's name, Atia. If you're watching this, shout out to you, man. You hooked us up proper. Okay, so here was the damage. So for the appetizers, the oysters Rockefeller ran me about $18. We got 2 separate orders of the 22-ounce bone-in ribeyes. They were $70 a piece. Order of wild mushrooms, $19. Mashed potatoes, $12. The peanut butter mousse, $14. The a la mode, $3. They actually took that off, so negative 17 right there. Humble watermelon cocktail, $15. Cold Sunset, $16. Like I said, for the special occasion, they took off $17. They took off the dessert. Subtotal, $220 with that tax, $18.37. $238.37. And this isn't even like including the tip that I added. I spent nearly like almost $300 on this. Was it worth it? Oh, absolutely. Now, this isn't a spot where, this obviously isn't a spot that I can eat to every week and afford all the time. It was just like one of those once in a while things. Honestly, if you would have asked me about, say, 5-6 months ago, honestly didn't think I would have been eating at this place. Not unless I got like a serious raise or won the lottery. I couldn't have seen that happen. But I actually made it, and I'm glad I did. It's not fun shelling out all that money. I'm pretty sure I could have used that for something else. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are thinking, Thizz, you could have went like somewhere like real cheaper and had a nice meal. You could have like bought groceries for that money. And you're all right. You're all right. Well, like I said, I mainly went there for the experience. And at the end of the day, if I enjoyed the experience, then I think that's all I need. I mean, I left happy. I left full. And the one other thing I always tell myself is this. I actually heard somebody say this a couple weeks ago, but they said, you can always get money back. And I know I'm going to get this money back either way. So you can get that back, but the one thing you can't get back is time. Remember that. Just something to consider. Just something to consider if, you know, you out there thinking of doing something, whether it's expensive, whether you're scared or something. Hey, man, you only live once. So go out there, make it happen, and live that experience. So with that said, that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to finish getting these steps in. Thank you for joining me on Walk This Way, and I will get with her next time. Late.